So I had to chime in about the Marcellus Williams execution. So there was new evidence that was brought to the court's attention under the Schlupp Gateway or House v. Bail, which says that there's new information or new evidence that could possibly have rendered the possibility of a reasonable jury finding him guilty implausible. And that was presented to the court just before the unaliving date was set yesterday. And in typical fashion, the Supreme Court reviewed the evidence, looked at everything, and said, yeah, well, we acknowledge that. However, we still feel like there was other circumstantial evidence and other evidentiary materials that still, inculpated him or made him appear guilty. The mere fact that a human being, a judge, or a group of judges will overlook this particular evidence and still allow for a person's demise is a catastrophic miscarriage of justice. And it brings me back to a case that I'm very familiar with, very dear to my heart. 1991, a young man here in the state of Delaware named Jermaine Marlowe Wright was charged with a robbery and an unaliving charge. His will was overborne during what they called an interrogation, and he eventually confessed to something that he did not do. He was sentenced to death, and fortunately, through all the years and after 20 plus years, he was able to get, first and foremost, the execution stopped, then secondly, the life bit reversed and thrown out. But one of the things that's important, much like Mr. Williams' case, is in the Wright case, at one point after the court reversed Marlowe's case, the state came back and appealed, even though there was evidence that said he didn't do it, and tried to get the murder conviction reinstated. This is a problem. This is not arriving at the truth. This is simply people in position trying to win. May this man rest in peace. And whatever the factors are, again, this is a miscarriage of justice. I am not taking a side saying he's guilty or not guilty, but we do know one thing for sure and two things for certain. There was new evidence. That new evidence did make it appear as if there was at least some question as to the reliability of his conviction, and they overlooked it. Something to think about.